Welcome to the A Course in Miracles Daily Workbook Lessons. Today is Lesson 4. This is a metaphysical book that teaches you how to shift your perception so that you can free yourself of suffering and become the master of your own mind, thus mastering your own life. My name is Darian. I'm a spiritual empowerment coach and psychic energy healer, and I am doing these for the full 365 days. So if you'd like to join me, head over to follow me and find Lesson 1. So here we go. Lesson 4. These thoughts do not mean anything. They are like the things in this room, on this street, from this window, in this place. Unlike the preceding ones, these exercises do not begin with the idea for the day. In these practice periods, begin with noting the thoughts that are crossing your mind for about a minute. Then apply the idea to them. If you are already aware of unhappy thoughts, use them as subjects for the idea. Do not, however, select only the thoughts that you think are bad. You will find, if you train yourself to look at your thoughts, that they represent such a mixture that, in a sense, none of them can be called good or bad. This is why they do not mean anything. In selecting the subjects for the application of today's idea, the usual specificity is required. Do not be afraid to use good thoughts as well as bad thoughts. None of them represent your real thoughts, which are being covered up by them. The good ones are but shadows of what lies beyond, and the shadows make sight difficult. The bad ones are blocks to sight and make seeing impossible. You do not want either. This is a major exercise and will be repeated from time to time in somewhat different form. This aim here is to train you in the first steps toward the goal of separating the meaningless from the meaningful. It is a first attempt in the long-range purpose of learning to see the meaningless as outside of you and the meaningful within. It is also the beginning of training your mind to recognize what is the same and what is different. In using your thoughts for application of the idea for today, identify each thought by the central figure or event it contains. This thought about blank does not mean anything. It's like the things in this room or on this street, and so on. You can also use the idea for a particular thought that you recognize as harmful. This practice is useful, but not a substitute for the more random procedures to be followed for the exercises. Do not, however, examine your mind for more than a minute or so. You are too inexperienced as yet to avoid a tendency to become pointlessly preoccupied. Further, since these exercises are the first of their kind, you may find the suspension of judgment in connection with thoughts particularly difficult. Do not repeat these exercises more than 3 or 4 times during the day. We will return to them later. So, as instructed, what you're going to do is take about a minute to review the thoughts that are going on in your mind. Then you'll take that thought and you'll say, this thought about work does not mean anything. It's like the things in this room. You'll say that with your thoughts in your mind. And you'll do that for about a minute or so. There might only be 5 or 6 thoughts, and that's okay. And then throughout the day, you might have a negative thought, and you can say that again. This thought about this thing that's causing me stress does not mean anything. It's like the things I see in this room, in this car, on this street, wherever you are. You'll come back to this 2 more times today, at least 2 to 3 more times today. So I'll see you at lunchtime, and I will see you when you're in bed. So come back to this video and do these lessons again. And then tomorrow I will see you for lesson 5. If you want to learn more about me or book a session, head over to DarianEmpire.com. I'll see you tomorrow morning.